Hi friends and dear students. Now or today I'm going to record a tutorial on arrays, which is a very important topic in all the sense, in the sense of interviews for the freshers as well as both experienced and in many different ways, right? But before explaining the arrays, today I'll explain, I hope all of you know, like a looping control statement, that is the for loop. I'll explain, right? So, but because for the arrays, some basics of for loop you should know as well. So, see, two things of for loop I'm going to discuss. So, here I'll be discussing for loop. Now, in the for loop, there are mainly two types of for loops are there. The one for loop which we have is a traditional for loop, and the second for loop which we have is the, we can call it as an for each loop, or you can call it as an enhanced for loop. This for loop is introduced from JDK 1.5, right? Now, when we talk about this for loop, so I'll be our traditional for loops, I'll mainly, or whenever we talk about this for loops, so it is there to access the elements from an array, right? Or one more use is there that we can access the element from the collections. Collections is a very large API, so the time when we'll give the tutorials on the basis of collections, that time we'll discuss all that. So first, now we're talking about the enhanced for loop, how this enhanced for loop is going to work, and what is the further processing of the enhanced for loop. Just I'll be giving one introduction about this for loop, right? And you can say the processing of a for loop I'm going to give you, right? Now here the number one which I'm writing, you can say kind of syntax, you can say. So here I'm writing a for loop syntax I'm writing. In this syntax, first part which we are writing here, there are mainly three parts in the for loop. In this, three parts which is there here, right? In that, first is the initialization which is there. Initialization of a counter, you can say. Initialization of a counter, which is going to traverse throughout the container. Container in the sense what? You can say array or many different kind of things which we are going to discuss in the further. There again, here we are going to put some condition. Fine. That condition could be anything, and according to your requirement, you are going to write the condition. Parallel with the condition, now you are going to write increment and decrement. We are going to write. This is also one of the very important things which is available in that case. Now again, here see, and then here some statements which we are writing here, right? Now when I am writing the statements, so see here first. In the case of initialization, or I am talking about the processing steps of a for loop, first initialization will be done. The number one thing which is going to do the initialization, right? After initialization, it is going to check the condition. When it is checking the condition, so if it returns true, the condition which is there, if it returns true, then this statement is going to be processed. So after third step is this. After processing the statement again, that is going to process the, that is, you can say, fourth step is increment and of the corresponding counter which we have used in our application, right? Then again, so this is one syntactical things which I have explained. So once again I'll repeat here that first we are going to initialize it, initialization, right? After initialization, conditional check we are doing, and after conditional check, what we are doing now, the if it is true means if the condition is satisfied, you can say, so that statement is going to print, right? And when it is going to print, see, there are the many forms of for loop you can write, right? That we will discuss at some point of time, but at such I am discussing the basic of the for loop. So here the statement I am writing, third one, and the fourth step what I am writing is the increment and decrement. So After condition satisfied, this statement will be processed, and after processing this statement, increment decrement will be done. Now, this process is going to repeat again. So, after incrementing or decrementing what you have specified here, then again condition will be evaluated. After evaluating the condition, statement will be processed if satisfied then, and this process will keep on continuing. Till what time it will continue? Till the time condition returns true. Time when it returns false, the further things it is not going to process it, right? So here, like, what is that initialization process? Is going to be processed only once. More than once, initialization step is not going to be repeated. Is that okay? Now, so again, I'll write one basic things about the for loop. Here you see that now. There is a question, or I'll discuss this question. So suppose I'll write one example. For example, we are writing for the for loop. What is that example I'm writing now? For int I is equal to what I'm writing now? 0. Int I is equal to 0. It's a very common example, the same time, because it's a very easy things which we should understand. Now, I is less than 10 and I'm writing I plus plus here, and then I'm going to print SOP of I. Hope the terms or the steps which I have explained, on the basis of that you can get the output of this. What output you are going to get? So first it is initializing, the I value is going to make it 0. Now it is checking the condition, if it is okay or not. If it is true, then statement. So it is going to print till what now? Till 9 it is going to print. Am I right now? See, so I am not explaining what all the internal steps it is taking to print this loop. Is that okay? Now, so this is what we will call it as a traditional for loop. The next thing what we are going to discuss next is the enhanced for loop. Enhanced for loop concept which is there, that is introduced in the case of JDK 1.5, mainly to discuss the element from what? Arrays, or you can say it is from the collections. Here, when I am writing, that is the syntax I am writing. So first I am writing for, fine. In that now I am writing, see here, the data type, understand this properly, that is the enhanced for loop. So data type, variable, and here colon we are writing. In that now, here again, something called as the array underscore name, which I am writing inside this, fine. Now in that, what is this? This is the name of the array where we need to traverse. This we represents, you can say, in, and the variable which I am writing, this has to traverse on this array, right? This has to traverse on this array. Now you can save, or I can say that internal functionality of enhanced for loop is something, you can say, based on the traditional for loop itself, right? So this data type what we are using here must be the same type of what type of array we have, or what type of collection elements we have. So the data type which we are going to write here, that must be same type of this corresponding array type. Now, what next I am going to write here is the example I am going to write for this. What example I am going to write now? I am going to write some examples on this. First, suppose one array I am writing. Let's say I am writing one array int a. I'll discuss about the arrays 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, and 4 4. We are writing these arrays, right? This is one array. So now say two things I'll be showing you. Number one is the traditional for loop. My writing is not so good, so no issues on that. You can understand I am calling it as a traditional for loop. And now here, that is the for each loop, fine. Now in that, first I am explaining, I am trying to access this array by using the simple for loop, right? Or you can say it is in the form of traditional for loop. So when I am writing, say here, I am writing for int I is equal to 0. Can I? Int I is equal to 0. I is less than, what is that now? Where do I need to traverse? Till the length of A. So I am writing A dot length. Can I write it? And I am writing I plus I am writing it. Can I write it? So when I wanted to access these elements, how could I write it now? SOP of A of which one now? I. No. What all things you are doing? Once I'll revise it. What all things you are doing in the traditional for loop? First, you are initializing a counter. You are checking the length of that. You are applying some conditions. You are printing the statements. You are performing increment decrement. Means these many steps you are doing just in order to write a simple for loop, right? So we have other options, like see, in the case of traditional for enhanced for loop, what I am doing is, see, I must have to write int I, because the what type of array you have, it is the type of integer type of array you have. So int I colon, now you are going to write now A, right? And now I can write here just simple step I am writing here. This is what our enhanced for loop is. Fine. So this is the enhanced for loop, this is the traditional for. Which one you feel better? Quite obvious, this is the enhanced for loop, right? This is more and more will be used in the case of collections, right? How to use by using the enhanced for loop. Even there is the iterator, list iterator, and other concepts are there in that. But even wherever, if somewhere you are getting the requirements, it's always recommendable even to use it. So there is a question for you. What question for you is, which one is you feel better and why? The number one is traditional for loop or enhanced for loop, and why? This is a homework question for you. Fine. So hope you know the basics of for loop. Just now I have explained about this. Now I am going to discuss about the array, right?